My family has always been different. We have a knack for attracting the unusual, the inexplicable, and the downright eerie. It's as if the universe has a special file marked weird, just for us. We don't just tell ghost stories, we collect them like rare stamps. Our shelves are lined with old books and journals, each filled with tales of the supernatural and the strange. Each odd experience, each unexplained event, is carefully cataloged in our collective memory. We write them down, discuss them, and even debate their origins and meanings. It's a family tradition, one that binds us together in a unique way. We whisper about them at family gatherings, our eyes wide with a mixture of fear and fascination. The shadows on the walls seem to dance as we recount our latest encounters, adding to the eerie atmosphere. I've always been the most receptive, the one who seems to attract the strange and unusual. It's as if I have a magnet for the bizarre, drawing in experiences that defy explanation. Little did I know my life was about to take a turn into the truly bizarre. It started innocently enough, a series of small, seemingly insignificant events that would soon snowball into something much larger. We were having a typical Sunday dinner at my parents' house, the aroma of my mom's famous lasagna filling the air. The table was set with all our favorite dishes, a feast that brought us together every week. My nephew Ethan, a rambunctious 5-year-old with a mop of curly hair, was chasing our old dog Buster around the living room. His laughter echoed through the house, a joyful sound that made everyone smile. Laughter filled the air, a comforting melody of familial warmth. It was in these moments, surrounded by my loved ones, that I felt most at peace. Little did I know this peace was about to be shattered by an encounter that would change everything. As Ethan zipped past me, his laughter echoed through the hallway, filling the house with a sense of joy and mischief. He was always so full of energy, a little whirlwind that never seemed to tire. I noticed the front door was slightly ajar. A chill ran down my spine as I realized the potential danger. The world outside was vast and unpredictable, especially for a child as curious as Ethan. Knowing Ethan's penchant for adventure, I quickly got up to secure the door. My mind raced with thoughts of what could happen if he slipped outside unnoticed. "Ethan, buddy, stay inside, okay?" I called out, trying to keep my voice calm and reassuring. The last thing I wanted was to alarm him. I called out, receiving a distracted giggle in response. His laughter was infectious, a sound that could melt even the hardest of hearts. I closed and locked the door, the latch clicking shut. I felt a brief moment of relief, thinking I had averted any potential mishap. Returning to my seat, I glanced back towards Ethan, but he was gone. The room, once filled with his presence, now felt eerily empty. Panic swelled in my chest. My heart raced as I scanned the room, hoping to catch a glimpse of him hiding behind a piece of furniture or peeking out from a corner. "Ethan!" I called out, my voice tight with worry. The silence that followed was deafening, amplifying my fear. The room grew silent as everyone noticed his absence. Faces turned towards me, eyes wide with concern and confusion. Suddenly we heard Ethan's distinct laughter from outside. It was a sound that brought both relief and confusion. Rushing to the door, I fumbled with the lock, my heart pounding in my ears. How had he managed to get outside? The door was locked, wasn't it? Throwing open the door, I saw Ethan standing on the porch, giggling uncontrollably with Buster by his side. The sight of him safe and sound brought an overwhelming sense of relief. He was surrounded by my family, their faces a mixture of relief and bewilderment. How had he managed to get out there without anyone noticing? How did he get out there? The door was locked just moments ago. It was a mystery that left us all scratching our heads, but for now, the important thing was that Ethan was safe. Weeks passed, and the memory of Ethan's sudden disappearance and reappearance lingered, a chilling echo in the back of our minds. It was as if the very air in our small town had changed, carrying with it an unsettling sense of mystery. People went about their daily routines, but there was a palpable tension, a shared unease that we couldn't quite put into words. We couldn't explain it, but we couldn't shake off the feeling that something truly strange had occurred. Conversations often trailed off into silence, eyes darting around as if expecting to see something out of the ordinary. The town's usual tranquility was now punctuated by an undercurrent of fear and curiosity. We gathered in small groups, whispering theories and speculations. Some thought it was a trick of the mind, others believed it was a sign of something more profound. Theories ranged from the supernatural to the scientific, but none could provide a satisfactory explanation. Then came the whispers in our small town. It started with hushed conversations at the local diner, where the scent of freshly brewed coffee mingled with the murmur of voices. People leaned in close, sharing snippets of what they'd heard or seen. It started with hushed conversations at the local diner, tales of a peculiar sighting near the old abandoned orange groves on the outskirts of town. The stories were always the same, yet different in the details, each teller adding their own twist. Tales of a peculiar sighting near the old abandoned orange groves on the outskirts of town. They spoke of a miniature cowboy, no bigger than a foot tall, spotted darting through the trees. The descriptions were vivid, almost too detailed to be mere fabrications. They spoke of a miniature cowboy, no bigger than a foot tall, spotted darting through the trees. Some claimed to have seen him riding a tiny horse, others swore they heard the faint sound of a harmonica playing a haunting tune. Most dismissed it as an elaborate prank, but others, particularly the older folks, recounted an old legend, a legend that had been passed down through generations, whispered in the dark corners of family gatherings, a legend that intertwined with the very fabric of our town's history. It spoke of a time long ago when the town was just beginning, and strange occurrences were more common. The miniature cowboy was said to be a guardian of sorts, protecting the town from unseen dangers. A legend that spoke of a mysterious burnt house, a place that had once been the home of a family who vanished without a trace. The house had burned down under mysterious circumstances, leaving behind only ashes and unanswered questions, and the even more mysterious miniature furniture found within its charred remains. Tiny chairs, tables, and beds, all perfectly crafted yet inexplicably small. These relics were kept in the town's historical archives, a testament to the strange and unexplainable events that had shaped our community. My brother Jake and I were skeptical, of course. We decided to investigate, drawn in by a mixture of curiosity and a desire to debunk the ridiculous rumors. One cool autumn night, we found ourselves parked near the abandoned orange groves, the air thick with the scent of citrus and something faintly unsettling. The moon hung low in the sky, casting long, eerie shadows that danced in the darkness. As we stepped out of the car, we heard it, a faint scuffling sound coming from behind a row of dumpsters. Our hearts pounded as we crept closer, our flashlights cutting through the darkness, and then we saw him. Section 5. The Mystery of the Burnt House. He was exactly as described, a miniature cowboy, complete with a Stetson hat, a tiny leather vest, and miniature boots, his face weathered and worn. He was frantically rummaging through a discarded pizza box, his movements swift and surprisingly agile. For a moment, we were frozen in place, our minds struggling to comprehend what our eyes were seeing. As we fumbled for our flashlights, startled by the impossible sight before us, the miniature cowboy glanced up. His eyes, surprisingly intelligent and full of fear, met ours. He bolted, disappearing into the dense rows of orange trees with an agility that defied his size. We gave chase, our disbelief battling with the undeniable reality of what we had witnessed. Section 6. The Unsettling Connection. We never caught him. The memory of that night, however, remained seared into our minds. It was a chilling echo of Ethan's disappearance, a bizarre confirmation that we were dealing with something beyond our understanding. We delved deeper into the local legend, seeking answers in the annals of our town's history. We discovered newspaper clippings from the early 1900s detailing the strange case of the burnt house. It had been a grand Victorian home, reduced to ashes in a mysterious fire. When firefighters sifted through the debris, they discovered something utterly inexplicable: perfectly crafted miniature furniture scattered amongst the ruins. Section 7. A Crisis of Reality. No explanation was ever found. The mystery of the burnt house, like the miniature cowboy, faded into local folklore. But for my family and me, these incidents were more than just stories. They were unsettling pieces of a puzzle we couldn't solve, cracks in the facade of our reality. We were left grappling with a profound sense of unease. Was it possible that what we perceived as real, as constant and unwavering, was merely a thin veil concealing something far stranger and more complex? Were Ethan's disappearance, the miniature cowboy, and the miniature furniture all glimpses into a reality that existed just beyond our perception? Section 8. Searching for Answers. We started noticing other anomalies, small inconsistencies that we had previously dismissed as tricks of the light or lapses in memory. Objects moved slightly from their original positions. Conversations were recalled differently by those who had been present. Time seemed to slip, moments stretching or compressing without explanation. We felt like we were living in a world subtly out of sync, a world where the laws of physics and the very nature of reality were fluid, malleable. We became amateur detectives in our own lives, meticulously documenting every strange occurrence, every inexplicable event. We scoured the internet for similar accounts, finding solace and growing unease in the stories of others who had experienced similar glitches in the matrix of their realities. Section 9. A world of unseen possibilities. We haven't found any concrete answers, no grand unified theory to explain the strange occurrences that have become woven into the fabric of our lives. What we have found is a sense of wonder, a newfound appreciation for the mysteries that lie hidden beneath the surface of our everyday existence. We are left with the unsettling yet exhilarating possibility that reality is not what it seems, that perhaps just beyond our limited perception, there exist other dimensions, other realities, brushing up against our own in ways we are only beginning to comprehend.